icy mountains cold.
Is this that Hobbit shit?
Hey, Corey.
Hey, Mike.
Welcome back to that Hobbit shit.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. We had a bit of a hiatus, but we're back. And
We're
we're ready
back.
to go.
We're here.
What the heck are we talking about?
This is No Sleep Till Isengard. No sleep till so this is chapter 8 of the Two Towers. Where did we leave off, Mike?
Some guys were doing some stuff.
They sure were.
Wait, no. It was the last stand of the Rohirrim. Rohirrim? Rohirrim?
Yes.
Saruman tried to wipe them off the map.
But like many an ill-fated roll on the board of Risk, he lost.
He lost badly too.
He did, yeah. And we get to find out how badly. So yeah, the Battle of Helm's Deep is over, and everyone is now either dead or not dead. So we find our heroes Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Erkenbrand, and Theoden are all confirmed as not dead. But what's this? Other people have survived. Gimli and Eomer, bros in arms, also survived the night. Gimli was in some shit shape, but not so much that he couldn't boast of his 42 murders as opposed to Legolas's meager 41 murders. Our heroes all patted themselves on the back and occasionally threw a nervous glance at the murder forest that had sprung up nearby. It was some time before anyone did anything else. But excuse me. I guess I'm rusty, Mike. I can't pronounce the names of the characters.
Gandalf?
Gimdalf, Legagorn. But Gandalf is going to head to Isengard. To Isengard he goes. Everyone was right fucked by this, but a bunch of 20 stout ride-or-die Eorlingas decided to come with him. And of course, the Hunters 3. They had a quick nap, and they left around evening the next day. Gandalf assured them, though few believed him, that they were not headed to battle. Oh yeah, and a bunch of the hillmen, Dunlendings, Mike, chose surrender over the awful, untold fate of the orcs. The orcs that ran into the murder forest. They buried the dead, and they mourned appropriately. As they left, Gandalf led them straight into the murder forest. Things were off to a real great start. Everyone reluctantly followed. Very reluctantly. Even Legolas was uncomfortable. He wanted to hang out and ask the trees what was bothering them, but Gimli said absolutely not.
The murder trees.
Maybe they just need to talk about it. To comfort himself, Gimli went on and on and on about the caverns and caves of Helm's Deep. I shan't go into it here, but I have a note about it. The two agreed to do a victory lap of Fangorn and Helm's Deep after their victory, or to not do that if they die in the war. Eventually they emerged from the wood, and Legolas saw a frickin' Ent for the first time. 3 Ents were there, and they seemed pretty unimpressed with these bros. They made some weird Ent calls, and then they fucked right off after. Gandalf scolded everyone for not knowing what the fucking Ent was. He was really in his element being so smug in front of so many people. Theoden is a cool guy, though, and he took it in good and humble humor. So they finally came to the Fords of Isen. But there were no fords, Mike.
Like the vehicle or the fjord?
I suppose there was a lack of both, if we get right down to it. But the water didn't flow there anymore, and they were all pretty sure it was flowing a couple of days ago, because they were there a couple of days ago. Gandalf also seemed to take some amount of pleasure in leading the Rohirrim past the places where an awful lot of their comrades, including Theoden's son, were killed by orcs.
Strange behavior.
Yeah, very unusual for Gandalf. Still, though, Theoden was being pretty good about the whole awful trip and Gandalf's generally awful personality. So they followed the road to Isengard and decided to camp about 5 leagues from the fjords. Mike, that's approximately 24.15 kilometers, by the way.
You did the math.
Yeah, well, Google did the math, but I asked it too. A dirty old smoke can be seen rising from Isengard. They had a brief argument about whether or not it was smoke or steam, and then they all agreed that Saruman was a dick, and they went to sleep. Some of them anyway. Some kind of dark spookiness was spreading and passing by their encampment. Gandalf said it was cool. This kind of shit happens all the time if you know the right people. So be cool. Back by Helm's Deep, the same shit was going on, and without a cool guy to tell them it's cool, the people were right fucked by the sound of, spoilers, the fucking trees moving. But thankfully, Mike, the trees cleaned up after themselves. They took all the dead orc bodies and buried them under a bunch of rocks in a ditch. As for the orcs that fled into the murder trees when the battle ended, the trees did unspeakable, unknowable things to those orcs, including, but not limited to, murder. Anyhow, back to our heroes on the way to Isengard. It is needless to say, no one slept after that. The river came back, though. Next morning, a reeking fog made it a gloomy-ass day, and they rode on. Eventually, the dirt road became a paved avenue of well-laid stones. There was a weird signpost in the shape of a hand. It pointed to Isengard. Isengard had a big wall around it with only one entrance, not unlike Helm's Deep. Excuse me. Not unlike Helm's Deep, if you think about it. So Saruman had a tower in the middle of Isengard called Orthanc. Here in our story, the narrator pauses to make fun of little boy Saruman playing at war when there's the big dog Sauron in the real fucking tower in real fucking Mordor doing real war. And Sauron may or may not currently be laughing at Saruman. It is unconfirmed. Anyway, no one in Rohan had been there, had been to Isengard in living memory except for that slimy little fuck Wormtongue. And as they approached the wall, they saw that everything was flooded and pretty fucked. The reek started to clear a little bit. And what's this? The door didn't even exist anymore. Someone had smashed it good. As our heroes marveled at the very verbose destruction, if you've read the chapter, you know what I'm talking about. They suddenly realized that two fat little goobers were looking at them from the rubble. These dumb creatures were smoking and quite at ease. One of the idiots stood up and greeted our heroes. In between hiccups, the fool welcomed the Rohirrim to Isengard. A strong smell of drink wafted from the little creature's mouth. It was noticeable even through the reeking air. It was Merry and Pippin, Mike.
Sure was.
Oh no. Oh, fuck right off, said Gimli. Oh, no chance you are alive, and no chance I'm not going to kill you, the dwarf said. Anyway, Gimli was pissed not so much that the hobbits were alive, but more so that they were comfortable and drunk and didn't have to run 1,000 miles and hack up 42 mutant orcs to get to where they were. Legolas felt similarly, but expressed it more politely. He must have been delirious. Once again, they had improved to be a good king and a kind-hearted, pretty worldly fella. He knew they were hobbits, Mike, and the two hobbits were instantly charmed. Pippin actually hurt himself in his confusion, and it was super effective. The talk quickly turned to pipeweed, as it seems to usually do with hobbits. But Gandalf cut off this friendly parley and pointed out that the entire world was still in danger. He wanted to see Treebeard. The Ents were hooming and hooting somewhere on the other side of the ruin of Isengard. It was all flooded and fucked inside the circle, by the way. I don't think I've mentioned that part. Gandalf and Theoden rode off to find Treebeard. That's our chapter.
It's a very interesting chapter.
Go on.
I understand why you had trouble finding a Matham for me.
A lot of it is explained as it goes.
Yep.
In excruciating detail.
Painstakingly.
Not to repeat myself, but one of the most painstakingly described things was the ruin of the door of the gate of Isengard. It's such a long description.
What about Gimli going off for... No, we'll get into it.
Should we attend the dragon first?
I think we need to.
Okay.
But the only food for the brave and true comes from that green dragon.
Welcome to the Green Dragon Inn, the part of the episode where we discuss the beers that we are drinking. Mike, what are you going to order from the extensive menu here?
Oh boy, Corey. I've got my eye on a Destruction Double IPA from Category 12 Brewing.
It's pretty sweet. Category 12 Destruction.
Yeah, Destruction. It has, are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
82 IBUs.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
It is a 10% alcohol, 10.5.
Oh, wow.
And it is a large can, and I don't know if I'll be finishing it.
Well, Mike, the sun's gone down over here, so bottoms up.
It's vegan friendly, by the way.
Oh, that's kind of them.
Quite strong. Quite. It's good. Holy. Um, I haven't really been drinking a lot. Certainly not a lot of beer. Mostly.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I wanted you to elaborate what you were drinking, if not beer,
Oh,
but
um. So this is gonna hit me like a truck. Hit me like an
would,
ant at the height of anger.
would you say it will destroy you?
It might destroy me. Yeah. It's a double IPA. Is 82 the new record?
I think one of them was in the 100.
Did,
Like it
did
was in triple digits.
did we get it though?
Yeah, I think it was one that we had in the way back in the Hobbit.
Oh boy, what could it have been?
I think it was what was it called? I think it was Fracture from Amsterdam, if I recall correctly. And the only reason
Oh,
I recall this is because we've we've looked it up before.
and I think it probably fractured you.
Very likely. That was actually pretty deep in COVID, so I wonder if I just sort of sat here and got drunk. Entirely possible.
What do you
But
do
that
during
is
COVID? Uh, what are you drinking, Corey?
can I just express my pleasure that there was an IBU in your can? That actually means a lot to me.
It's been a while.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. It's very rare these days. Um, woo, I am drinking in honor of the stinking steam and reek of Isengard, Hazy Days. Hazy Days Juicy IPA from Cowbell Brewing.
Go on.
Yeah, good old Cowbell. It's done us well in the past. Oh wow, Mike, I'm getting some fruit notes right off the bat.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Wow, yeah, quite nice. I'm gonna say it's mango, perhaps even stone fruit. Yeah, and it's quite bitter as well at the same time. It's got like a fruity sweetness with a nice balance of bitter to it. I like it. Wow, darn. And Cowbell, where is Cowbell these days? It's nearby.
These days.
I confirm that they are still in Blythe, Ontario. Cowbell, I think, is a favorite of several longtime listeners. Yeah, this is a good beer.
Well, I'm a little jealous you'll be able to finish yours because this is hitting me already. I might be up at the bar for a while.
I'll wait for you to finish, man. No worries there.
Oof.
I ain't leaving without you.
It's like wine.
I had a beer that I was gonna drink for an episode. I don't even remember what episode it corresponded to, but we were talking about Nanaimo bars in the one episode, and I found a beer from I think it was Detour that was called Nanaimo Bar, and it was like an extra tall can. It was gigantic, and it was like I think it was like 12%. But for some reason, at some point, I decided to drink it outside of the show. May have been for the best.
Well, Corey, I don't have anything else to add to that. You should have drank it on the show.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess that was a pretty nowhere story.
You should have drank it on the show. That's all. That's all there is.
I'd like to take a moment here to apologize to you and to the listeners that I did not drink it on the show.
Should we move our way into notes?
Yes, let us.
When the Ents, when they moved into the clearing and made a call to
Yes.
to the trees, do you think it sounded a little something? I'm sorry if this is blown out. It's a little something like this. Do, 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 do.
Oh, were they taking the hobbits to Isengard?
They were taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Joke's on them, they were already there.
Yeah.
Excellent reference.
Haven't heard
Also,
that one in a while.
a callback to our one and only YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
I think we passed 50 views on that quite recently.
Oh, that's terrible for those people. We should add a new one where it's just the Ents calling.
Actually, yeah, we could use a clip of like because you can see the Ents doing that call in the movie at some point. It's just they're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Just loop it. I bet we could.
Yep, we could.
Okay, what kind of notes are you rocking over there, Corey?
Oh yeah, sorry. Here's my first note. Oh shit, Mike. Hama died in the battle and we never fan cast him.
Oh no. Hmm. So too morbid to cast a recently deceased actor.
We've done we've done worse, I think.
Yeah. Well,
We've cast
Carl
several deceased.
Weathers. Corey, Carl Weathers will be Hama.
Oh man, R.I.P. Yeah. Okay, sweet. I actually another side note, but this is slightly more relevant. I recently watched The Predator for the first time.
Oh, for the first time?
It was a treat.
Wow.
I was like, oh shit, it's that meme. Carl Weathers and Schwarzenegger doing like the bro grabs.
Yeah. Oh man. It's so good. It's up there with Alien,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. I enjoyed it, though I think Alien is better.
Alien's better, but it's really good.
It is really good, yeah. Yeah, I definitely liked it.
Oh boy. What do I got for notes here? Legolas losing his mind completely over the existence of Ents. Like,
That's fair.
kind of like a cat when they know there's a cat in the yard. They can't see them.
They can smell them, or they're just like at the window and just will not move.
Yeah, and like circling and making weird fucking noises.
Gimli with a little spray bottle, like no, Legolas.
All right, we're
Yeah,
hitting our end stride here.
we are, yeah. But and Legolas is a whatever you want to call it, bafflement, bewilderment, excitement, is very nicely paired with Gimli's terror.
Yeah, they get a nice juxtaposition in this chapter.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I guess this is the chapter. Well, I suppose, yeah, this is the chapter I think where they like truly, truly become friends.
Yeah, I think Gimli wins Legolas over when he's describing. He spends 2.5 pages describing those caves.
Yeah, yeah. It's also that like that is a really that's actually a really cool part. And it's quite nuanced in their relationship, if you will, because like Legolas just doesn't understand him at first, and Gimli's like, no, 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 and like re-explains it, and then yeah, they're friends for life after that.
Yeah. It tells us quite a bit about the dwarves too.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Which actually leads into a note that I have, Mike.
What's that?
There is a paragraph that I would like to draw special attention to, because it puts me in mind of the Rings of Power, and that yeah, I'm sorry, and that end scene with the Balrog. That scene for reference, I hated. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that the Rings of Power really shit the bed. But anyway, Gimli is saying, what have I got here? Oh yeah, he says, none of Durin's race would mine those caves for stones or ore, not if diamonds and gold could be got there. Do you cut down groves of blossoming trees in the springtime for firewood? We would tend these glades of flowering stone, not quarry them. With cautious skill, tap by tap, a small chip of rock and no more, perhaps, on a whole anxious day, so we could work. And as the years went by, we'd open up new ways, blah, 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 glimpsed only as a void beyond fissures in the rock.
So you're saying he's possibly lying?
uh well, it's almost like that paragraph was like stretched into like, and I guess the dwarves were kind of my favorite part of the Rings of Power. It was like stretched into like the entire story arc of the dwarves, of them like, you know, like picking away, and they were trying to, I don't know.
Oh, okay. And it makes what's his name? I can't remember the character's name.
The orc,
The
sorry, the dwarf.
Yeah, the main dwarf. It makes
I think
is it Klein?
I think his name was Durin.
Durin, yes. It
Yeah.
makes Durin all the more foolhardy and like weird as a dwarf to just go and mine like an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Just start like hacking away. And then also the idea of like a cave glimpsed through a fissure, and it's like, oh, that's where the Balrog lives. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Then they woke him up.
They dove too greedily and too deep.
Speaking of greedy, Corey, how much does Gandalf know about what's happened? He is particularly annoying this chapter.
I think it's I think it's next chapter where like you find out that he's like been there. Like he was at Isengard like the night before and like and knows exactly what's going on.
But he's acting like the mystique this guy creates around himself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors. Or reek and mirrors, if you will. Yeah, he's so smug and he's really in his element.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. I'm sure something happened last night. Who's to say?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we could go through these trees. It's not like anybody has before.
Oh, fuck.
Another good segue. The trees moving around is absolutely fucked.
Oh, when they move at night?
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that part. And everyone's so terrified. It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. And it just like it sounds like all hell happening.
As it should.
Yeah. I also like that it says that the earth was really trampled as the trees went. Which is like which makes perfect sense, obviously.
Yeah.
But then you get thinking about it, and I was like, are they just like walking on their roots like octopus tentacles? Like, how does a tree walk?
Yeah, or like Bugs Bunny when he's tunneling.
It might, yeah, it might actually be that. That's good. It's horrible.
Yeah, everything about those trees is horrible. Like, yeah, if anything, Gimli was being super calm about the whole thing.
I guess he's been through a lot at this point that he's just like, well, I don't like it, but
uh, speaking of been through a lot, I have a note that Theoden really takes everything in stride this entire chapter.
yes. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. He's being really cool about everything.
Because he doesn't really know much about much.
Nope. No, he's been holed up in that hall of his for many a long year.
Yeah, just hanging out, hanging around.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he meets like and this comes back to Gandalf being a smug jerk. He runs into like every imaginary thing he's ever heard of.
Yeah, like he knew orcs existed. He's never really seen elves or dwarves, I don't think.
Oh, that's a really good point, actually.
He's certainly I can't remember his reaction to Aragorn.
Oh yeah, I don't remember it specifically either, but like Eomer kind of summed it up of just like what? The heir of Isildur is real?
um yeah, if he knew him, he would have known him his whole life.
Oh yeah, that's true, without aging.
And then find out he's like, oh, the king of men.
Yeah. I guess Gandalf would sort of be in that category too of like he's probably known him his whole life because Gandalf sort of comes and goes.
Yeah, that he was just this person they hated. And oh man, is he magic.
But yeah, he's being totally fine the whole time. He's just like, okay, cool. Yeah, one more thing I didn't know about. Noted.
Cool. What else you got for notes?
Well, there's some pretty tight Hobbit shit in this chapter. Another fine example of how ridiculous the little fuckers are.
Oh, right. And everyone makes note of it too.
Like how ridiculous they are.
Yeah.
Well, they're like, I suppose they are like children, but they're like children. They just like, they stand up and they just start acting in front of everybody.
Yeah, after everyone's been through the worst night of their lives.
Yeah, these drunken little guys stand up and they're like, "Hello, sirs, and welcome to the Mary and Pippin show."
Boy.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah. You mean the Hoblaytons? Hoblaytons?
Hobbitlas?
Hoblay? Oh boy. Yep.
Truant, they'll all say. I laughed really hard that Gimli called them truants.
Who made him the truancy officer?
I don't know, but I think I want to try to use that in like day-to-day speech. You
could-
fucking truant.
If someone shows up to late to work, you could just call them that.
You know what? I can think of a couple coworkers that I will have a chance to do that with tomorrow morning, actually. This is great, Mike.
Good work.
And that concludes my notes.
Oh, I've got one more. The mound that they're not ants. What are they called?
Horns?
Horns. The mound they make where no grass will grow.
Yeah.
I wish we had kept a running count of how many times that happens.
Oh, where there's a place where nothing grows again?
Yeah, it's Tolkien's way of saying like some real bad shit happened here. Like we're probably at 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thank you for putting that in. Yeah, damn, if this keeps up, like I guess this is why they all talk about like the withering of all woods and like Middle Earth just sort of coming to an end because stuff like that keeps happening.
Yeah, how many times can you have it happen in your world before there's just nothing left?
And I think there's more to come too. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too into spoilers, but there's the dead marshes. There's the yeah. I think there's a lot more.
Things are happening. That's what you're saying.
Things are dying. I guess I'm saying.
Things are very much not happening. All right, we did it.
Hey, yeah.
The notes.
What's in this? Nothing. Just a bit of seasoning. I thought maybe if we was having a roast chicken one night or something.
Cooking with Sam. The part of the episode where we remember Sam.
Dear old Sam.
Dear old Sam. We choose a recipe not from that dreaded book, and we make it and we talk about it.
We do. And we did.
Yeah. Corey, what did I inflict on you?
Mike, you wanted me to make Farmer Maggot's cabbage and sausage soup.
Yeah, I did.
And despite the name Maggot,
Yes.
oh,
And-
sorry, I heard something weird outside. I think there might be a werewolf. And yes, well, okay, first of all, I gotta say, Mike, I was a fool and I did not make any notes when I actually made this, which was actually almost exactly a month ago. So last night I was like, oh fuck. But I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, actually.
Me too. Really liked it. A little too cabbagey for Mariah.
Oh, okay.
It could be her current pregnant state.
Right.
But man, I ate it for days.
We actually did not eat it for days because like there was a day that we made it and then we finished it the next day. Like that's how like well it went down in our house.
Wow.
Yeah, we dusted that thing.
Yeah, I had two work lunches and a dinner and then a lunch later on.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I apologized at work as I microwaved a cabbage stew.
Wow, that's nice. I don't mean to bring up my workplace more than once, but nobody apologizes for what they're microwaving down there.
Cabbage stew is particularly stinky.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
really good. This is one of the better recipes so far, I think.
Yeah, I know you didn't really like the Green Dragon leek and mushroom pie very much, but we really did. And I would rank it up there with that guy.
Oh.
And just like really good like pub style food.
Yeah, I did like that pie. I found it very heavy.
Oh, that's fair.
And this wasn't as much. It felt healthier.
Yeah, well, still being like actually very like meaty.
Yeah, yeah, it was a nice balance. All that cabbage.
Yeah. Well, on the subject of cabbage, I used red cabbage, because that's just what we had on hand. So mine looks a lot different than yours, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
picture on the Feast of Starlight, it's a much darker stew than I ended up with.
Oh shit, actually I just had it open a split second ago, but I didn't even yeah. Um,
My one criticism, Corey,
yes, yes.
is no mushrooms.
Oh, even though it's a farmer maggot recipe.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, I noticed on the picture just as I was scrolling past it, it looked like there were mushrooms in it. But I wasn't looking very hard. And I thought, I don't remember there being mushrooms. Yeah, funny that. Well, I mean, are mushrooms in season all year? Should we get
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't know, but I'm quite liking this Feast of Starlight website. It's much better than that book.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. They've had two recommendable recipes. Speaking of recommending, I should mention that I made mine vegan.
Yeah.
So for sausage, I used Beyond Meat sausage, which actually did have a casing on it and was actually very realistically kind of gross to get out of the casing. And I used a Light Life brand bacon, which is not my usual one, Mike. I'm usually into tempeh bacon, but this one had a little bit more of a bacon strip texture. And I used cooking oat milk instead of cream.
Oh,
Yeah, it's I guess it's like oat half and half.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was great. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was like again like very meaty, and a lot of the instructions are stuff that I wouldn't normally do because I don't normally cook meat, like sort of like browning the sausage and like using the drippings from it and stuff. So it was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't add bacon. I didn't have it. I didn't mind. But I used pork stock instead of chicken stock from a smoked ham that I made stock out of.
Oh darn. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's a lovely extra little step there.
Yeah, so I think I got the bacon smokiness.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Hopefully the next one is too.
Oh yeah. Shit. Next one's on me, I guess.
It is.
Yeah. I made some notes at some point. I think I'd have to move away from Feast of Starlight just for now, anyway. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I did have an idea.
I was
Unless you want
thinking we could probably do a little fibbing and pick something that looks like it could fit in Lord of the Rings, but is named after like a different fantasy book.
Oh, like from Feast of Starlight?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. They also do have like I think they have a lot more Lord of the Rings recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I made note of a couple I got a couple of so we can always come back. I don't know. I don't know, man. Who knows? We also don't know when we'll do our next episode, so
That's true. We'll talk about that after.
Oh yeah, we both paired it with fresh bread and beer. I should note for you listeners out there, if you want to make this, pairs very well with beer and bread.
Yeah, it does. I use sourdough. Although it was store-bought sourdough, it was still sourdough.
Yeah, sourdough. That's what I always say.
Well, it's not, but
That's okay. I've never actually said it.
this is going well.
Yeah, cooking with Sam coming along. Speaking of coming along, should we move along?
We should, yeah. What's next? Oh,
Oh, I think it's the Matham House.
The Matham House, it was called.
So it is the Matham House. Welcome to the Matham House, the segment of the show where we talk about something that just didn't quite make the summary cut. Or perhaps a little deep dive. Mike, what did I inflict on you?
well, excuse me. Corey, you pondered this one and you pondered this one, and you were rightfully a little gun shy because things are so hit and miss with the background of all these things. You gave me the history of Isengard as my Madam.
Yes.
And you said there might not be much, and you were right. But what is there is juicy.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, hit me with it.
Isengard was one of the major fortresses of Gondor. I'm just realizing now it said one of the 3 major fortresses of Gondor, which is not true. Unless, wait, maybe I'm mixing up my timeline because there was Osgiliath,
Yeah,
there's Minas Tirith,
right.
there is Minas Morgul, and Isengard. So
Hmm.
maybe Minas Morgul was taken over before.
Oh, I don't know. I thought Minas Tirith might have been a minor settlement for them, but but in these latter days,
It became a bigger one.
yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I
or
don't know.
maybe Osgiliath is considered just like a crossing.
Yeah,
Either
maybe.
way, it's one of their major fortresses.
I'm sure they check their facts.
Yeah. It was built around Orthanc, so Isengard and Orthanc are different. It was
Oh, interesting.
built around Orthanc during the Second Age by exiled Númenóreans.
Oh,
Orthanc being built sometime before Isengard. That's all the information there is on it.
really? Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Which is wild because Isengard, as we will find out, is quite a place. So, if you remember to my last Matham, when Rohan was given to the Rohirrim,
Yes.
way back when they defended the Westfold, I think, or something about the Westfold. it, it was forgotten by Gondor during that time. I guess because Rohan separates Gondor and Isengard. So they just kind of forgot about it, but they left a small company of Gondorians there guarding it, forgotten by their home nation. They
Interesting.
started mingling with the wildmen of the Dunland.
Oh.
They mingled so hard that it actually became a Dunland fortress because the Gondorians were bred out of it.
Holy shit.
So once the Dunlanders took over, the Wildmen, they started a war with Rohan. Rohan killed them all. Sorry. Eventually, they started warring with Rohan, and the men of Rohan killed them all. The Dunlanders should have stuck to fucking.
That's interesting. I didn't of all the talk of Dunlendings, I didn't know that they had the fucking blood of Numenor.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really have the blood, but they didn't murder anyone. They just, you know. Oh, you sorry. Yes. The blood of Numenor. Sorry.
I can see. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So after Rohan killed all of them, Saruman just casually showed up and offered to live there and guard it. And
Yeah.
that's where he got up to all his weird wizard stuff. That's all it says about it. It alludes to the fact that Saruman might have had something to do with the Dunlandings taken over and being murdered, but he didn't get his hands dirty.
Oh, interesting.
He might have coveted it from afar. And he might have known there was a Palantir in there. But more on that next episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that was it. So there wasn't a ton, but there was a juicy little fact that, the wild men lived there.
Yeah, definitely short but juicy. Well, and also like that's wild to me that Gondor just forgot.
Yeah, they just forgot it. Tom forgot about it.
Yeah. We got plenty of fortresses, man.
Yeah, we got one.
Yeah, that's very
certainly wouldn't have happened under Boromir's lead.
Yeah. I miss Boromir. Not so much to name a segment after him, but I miss Boromir.
Yeah, he was good. I wonder if he's got like a brother or something we're gonna meet soon.
Oh, that'd be nice. We can dream.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So Corey.
Saruman as poison is drawn from our wound.
I shall draw you Saruman, the segment where we talk about the illustration that one of us being Mike this time, did for today's chapter. Mike, we're getting so preciously close to actually drawing Saruman.
That we are. There might be an opportunity for each of us to draw him.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm receiving a message from you, Mike.
So I've sent you one. Yeah, the drawing.
Oh my God. I love it. Holy shit. Oh, that's awesome.
I've sent you the original I based it off of.
Okay. Is that the... So wait, that's okay, sorry. Yeah, I was a little confused. I was like, wait, you didn't do this? But no, I gotcha. Yes. Yes, of course. Oh, of course.
This one was pretty tough for me. And I had a lot of fun with it.
It looks like you had a lot of fun with it. Mike, it's great. It's great. Gandalf's little fucking kicky boot. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, and I love your reference. The Wizard of Oz cover. Oh, that's sweet. I think this is one of my favorite ones that you've done.
Thank you. I want to do a little bit more to it before I publish it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not happy with Legolas's foot placement.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
He's just kind of floating out there, but I don't know where else to put him.
I mean, he looks like he's prancing, which is fine.
That's true. He is a prancy boy. Quite happy with Gimli. He came together last, actually, because I was basing him on the lion's pose.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And,
that's cool.
It was a little tricky.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see that. No, I like it. I really like how different he is. Like, you know what I mean? Like he is clearly a different
thing than everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And I love that you included the bandage on his head.
Yeah. He's also very gruff. I had the most fun drawing him. I was watching Escape from LA and painting him.
Nice. Oh, that's sweet. I love that you have the reek of Isengard as opposed to the glory of the Emerald City.
Yeah, really fun. I think I sent you the Wizard of Oz one quite a while ago.
Oh, yeah, it might actually be in our reference folder. Maybe or maybe not.
It could be, yeah, it could be. But yeah, it was a fun one to do. Yeah, that's all there is to say about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I love it, Mike. This one is fantastic. Yeah, I like it. I would love a print of this one.
These poor idiots.
It's also great because I had to read the next chapter because like I was planning my cover for the next chapter for so long, but I was like, did I get my chapters mixed up? And I had to know. And I was like, oh, there's just the slimmest chance that you could do like approximately what I was thinking. But you have not, which is great.
Excellent.
So I think our next two covers are going to be wonderful. They'll make a real good pair. So that was episode 8 of season, good Lord, 3, I think. The Two Towers. Yeah, dang. Yeah, thanks for listening. You can find us on Instagram at That Hobbit Shit. You can find us on Twitter at Hobbit Shit. You can email us thathobbitshit@gmail.com. Check out our link tree if you want to find some merch. There's also patreon.com/thathobbitshit to support the show and get your hands on some other kinds of merch. Damn, that's a lot of ways to Hobbit Shit. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. I'm Corey.
And I'm Mike.
And may the
hair on your toes never fall out.
That was solid.